Hi everyone, Mick here. So it's been a little while since I've done a video, and I've been doing a lot of miscellaneous stuff in the shop that hasn't been worthy of a video. So I thought today I would do a little catch-up, look at some new stickers, and I've got to try the Vegemite challenge. So I've got some toast and I've got it set up, so let's go take a look at it and give it a try. Okay, so as I understand it, the recommended way to try Vegemite is on toast. So let's give it a try. And by the way, thank you, Mark, so much for sending this. I have always wanted to try this. I understand it is not sweet. Let's take a little bit. Definitely not sweet. Very interesting. A little salty. Kind of reminds me of some Japanese flavors and stuff. Like almost maybe like a little bit of fish oil or something. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know that I'd eat it a lot, but I could kind of get used to that. Yeah, it definitely hits the back of the tongue and your throat, the top of your mouth. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I don't know that I'd eat it a lot, but it's actually pretty good. Awesome. Thanks, Mark. I'll have to be on the lookout and see. Of course, this at the rate I'm going, this little tub will, the little tray will last me a while, but. Yeah, the more I'm having, the more I'm liking it. Okay, well, again, thanks very much, Mark. So let's take a look at some stickers. I'll go clean this up and be right back. Alright, so let's move on to our some new stickers that I got, and I'm sure all of you guys out there will know all three of these guys. They're all pretty big channels, and but it was fantastic to in fact meet Chuck Bomarito, and two of the other stickers are from new friends in Australia. So let's start with Mark Presling. As you just saw, I did the Vegemite challenge, and Mark also threw in, besides the stickers, a postcard of where he lives, and I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. That's beautiful. So thank you, Mark. I'll get these up on the board here in just a second. And then we have Craig's Workshop, also from Australia. And Craig and I had a little bit of a time delay in getting these together. We've both been busy and losing track of things. So anyway, I'm just happy to say, Craig, if you're watching this, I did get your stickers, and I'll put them up on the board here in just a second. And then, as I said, I got some stickers from Chuck Bomarito, who I met at the Barzy Summer Bash, and hopefully we'll get to spend a little bit more time together this coming summer at the next bash. I plan on going back. Chuck's a little closer than I am. He's in the Bay Area, and that's in Southern California, and I'm completely across the country. But I got two of his outside Screwball stickers, both really cool stickers. I really like the design, Chuck. It's nice stuff. So let's get these up on the board, and then let's take a look at some of the updates to the shop and some new things that I got, and yeah. Alright, so I've got the new stickers up on the board. We've got Craig's Workshop down over here, Mark Presling, and Chuck Bomarito Outside Screwball's new stickers up here. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think my sticker board's about 2/3 full now. Hopefully we can get some more stickers and fill it up and start another one. So let's take a look at some of the new stuff in the shop and things I've been doing that just weren't worthy of a video. So yeah, so let's take a look. I got a few new things. One of them you can see here behind me. I got a new drill press. I used to have a drill press when I was doing woodworking, but due to space constraints I decided to give it to my buddy who I gave all my woodworking tools to. And I still have space constraints, which is one of the reasons I decided to go from a floor standing model to this benchtop model. And I was using my drill press, or excuse me, my mill as a drill press when I needed on occasion to drill some holes, but it was just kind of a pain, you know, setting it up so that I had something underneath to drill through or into for through holes. And I actually did screw up once and drill some little nasty marks into my my fixture plate, so I decided it's time to just bite the bullet and buy another drill press. And this one I looked for a little bit. I didn't do exhaustive research, but you really don't have a whole lot of choices in this size. This is a 12-inch. A couple of the reasons I chose this particular model, this is a Buck Tool is the brand, from Amazon. I don't know if they sell it anyplace else. I didn't find it anywhere else. I just bought it from Amazon. It's got some pretty cool features that I like, and that's why I bought this. So let's take a look at a couple of them. I'm not going to do an exhaustive review of it or anything, but I thought some folks might find this interesting. So the first and one of the most important things to me is that this new drill press is variable speed. So I've got it set to the lowest setting right now, but so you can see it's about 540 RPM, but just simply by moving this lever I can change the speed. So sorry for the rattling, that's actually stuff that's underneath this bench. My intent is to put this on top of one of my cabinets. If any of you who have paid attention, you know that's one of my favorite ways of dealing with bench tools, is to put them on tool chest cabinets. So this will be going on top of a tool chest cabinet. A couple of the other nifty features of this drill press are it's got a laser. Let me see if I can move the camera down so you can actually see that. I don't know how much I'll use this, but we'll see. I don't know if you can see the light, but it does have a laser. It's got a built-in light. It's got, I prefer this style of Quill Stop. So it's simply a rotating ring. Let me loosen it up here and then you can see. So this rotates and you lock it in wherever you want it and it'll stop the quill from going down any further. So it's not locked right now, but you can see, so there, you know, it would have stopped there. I've seen reviews of drill presses with this style of Quill Stop before, and one of the complaints that I see, it's a misconception actually, is that you cannot use it to stop the quill from coming back up. So in other words, if you're drilling a lot of holes and you know you've got a little bit of room there and you don't want to keep constantly going the full travel, you can, with the other style that the rod comes down, you can very easily set it so it stays partially down. Well, you can do the same thing with this style. All you need to do is spin it all the way around and then lock it, and you can see the quill doesn't come back up, but it still goes down. So if anybody who has one of these, that style is looking, you will see, try that out. The other reason I bought it, besides the price and everything else, is that it's also a bigger motor than is available on most of the drill presses this size. Most of the drill presses this size have, I believe, a 5 amp motor, which is about a half a horsepower, and this has a 6.2 amp motor, which is, I believe, about 5/8 of a horsepower. So I figured any additional power is good. So that's really about it. Other than that, there's nothing really special about it. But So this is the box it came in, and the only reason I'm pointing this out is because I just wanted to show that it was very, very well packaged. It's got 2 boxes, a box within a box with a lot of styrofoam around it, not just thin little wall stuff, so even if something punched through the side, it's not likely to damage the drill press, or if it's dropped, it's not going to punch through the styrofoam. You can see there's, some scuffs on the box. It took a little bit of a beating, but nothing that affected it. The outer box is quite thick cardboard, so I haven't really used it a whole lot, but I like it so far, and maybe it's worth taking a look at. So like I said, Amazon Buck Tool 12-inch variable speed drill press. So one of the other things I got that's new to me is I got a new MIG welder. This is the Arc Captain brand. I bought it directly from them, but I believe they sell it on Amazon as well. I had an old Campbell Hausfeld MIG welder that I only ever used as a flux core welder, and to be honest, I've got it set up now for MIG, but I haven't used it with shielding gas yet. This thing, so far, I have used it with flux core, and it works great. It's got multiple, I'm not going to turn it on because the fan's actually quite loud at the beginning, but it's got multiple modes. It's got MIG, as I said, flux core. It's also got stick and lift. They call it lift TIG. So I guess what that means is you have to actually touch the electrode to the work to get it to start. But you know what? For me, I haven't done TIG, so it'll be something to learn, and anxious to try it out. But for the price, I couldn't beat it. It's got a lot of sophisticated controls to be able to dial it into where you want. Yeah, great little machine. So a couple little updates on the lathe. Nothing major. You know, I had a video out on creating the backsplash, but I did not get around to covering up this side. I finally came up with a solution for that, and it is simply a couple pieces of aluminum with a magnet epoxied to the back, and a silicone sheet. So it just attaches right there, and a pretty strong magnet, and helps keep the chips out of the motor, etc. The other thing I got, and I don't think I did anything on this yet, but is I have a video out on the Stupid Simple Tools lube cube that I bought for the lathe, or for the mill, and I liked it so much I bought another one for the lathe. So yeah, it's really works well. It is adjustable such that it's basically, I think they call it minimum quantity lubrication, where it'll spit out just as much lubricant as is needed without creating a mist or a full flood. So yeah, I'm not sponsored. I bought both of them. But yeah, like that product a lot. So one of the other things I did, you might have seen the little video I did on making this tapping arm. But what I did recently is I ran a dedicated airline for it, so it's permanently plumbed into the air compressor system, and so I have constant air pressure to it. And as part of doing that, the lines I had for my air compressor were the black pipe, and it's had so many joints and so many leaks that my air compressor would run like every hour, which was ridiculous, and I never had air pressure, so I would always turn it off and it would take forever to fill up, and excuse me. So I replaced most of my airline system. Let me see if I can get the camera here to an angle where you can see it. Yeah, so this is part of the new airline system. You can see up here, where is it? There it is, this blue line. It's called Max Line Rapid by Rapid Air. And so it's a solid continuous line that goes back to near the air compressor. And it's got these nifty little aluminum blocks that you can use for drop points and whatever. The line itself is actually aluminum with an internal and an external plastic lining. I think it's like the PTFE kind of stuff. But you can see this block up here. I've got two drops coming off of it. One for the tapping head here, and the other just for an airline that I can use to blow things off at the welding table, or if I want to use some air-powered tools at the welding table or whatever. I also replaced most of the line going over to the existing stuff. So yeah, so let's go take a look at the next thing. I think is the laser cutter engraver. Alright, so one of the other things I've been spending a little bit of time on that I didn't think was really worthy of a video is made some upgrades to my laser engraver cutter. This is the XTool D1 Pro, which I think I did a video on, one of the few that I actually did a little bit of an unboxing on, just because of how well it was packaged and put together and everything. Still very, very pleased with it, but I decided to make some upgrades to it. One of them, you can see, is this drag chain, I think they call it, both on the X and the Y, for cable management and control. You can see it as the pieces move, keeps the cables organized. I also upgraded the limit switches to micro switches, which work better than the switches, or the sensors, excuse me, they're not really switches, that came with the D1 Pro, which that is tied into this new controller. So I'm no longer using the board that is part of the XTool D1 Pro. This is a upgrade from I can't remember the name of the company. I'll put it in the description, but it's called the Devil One, and it completely replaces the board in the D1 Pro with a touchscreen interface. I'll turn it on real briefly. It's kind of noisy with its with the fans going, but you can see then I've got a touch screen where I can do things like move the laser head around. It gives me control over the fan and all sorts of other pieces to it. Turn that back off. It's, like I said, it's kind of noisy. The one thing that I'm not incredibly thrilled with, but it's not that huge of a deal, is that the XTool creative software, the XCS, is not compatible with this, so I have to use Lightburn. But I had been pretty much switching to Lightburn anyway. And then let's see, I added, show you over here, see if we can drop that down a little bit. Not really that easy to see, but down here I added a air assist pump, and that has an interface box here that is controlled by the new Devil One controller, so it can be turned on or off as within Lightburn. So that's kind of nice. But the thing that I'm most actually intrigued about this, and this is actually the whole reason I did all of these upgrades, is because now I have a power Z-axis. So it also works manually, but it's powered by the controller. And in addition to that, move you over on this side so you can see. There we go. It's got a probe for setting the height. So what you can do is program directly within Lightburn which head you're using. I've got two probes, one for each head, and it'll go and touch off against your workpiece, and then it'll automatically adjust the height, so you don't have to worry about any of that with anything that you're engraving or cutting now. So pretty cool setup. Yeah, like I said, I'll put a link in the description. And then finally, I did a little bit more work on my surface grinder. As you can see, it's sitting back upright. These things are just sitting here, so that way I don't get them all dinged up and stuff, and some gasket material. But so I got the main body of it cleaned up and painted. So I'm getting ready to start cleaning up some of the internals, rerunning or running new lines for the oil feed for the lubrication system, and then start cleaning up the rest of the body pieces and start getting them assembled. I need to do quite a bit of work on the motor and spindle assembly, which you can see there sitting on the workbench. It's a little dirty, so that needs to be cleaned up. That'll be one of the first pieces, along with the covers for the internal piece here. Especially the back one has to go on first before the motor and spindle go in, and then I can put the front one on. And then yeah, it's coming along. It's taken me a lot longer than I hoped, but is not atypical for me. So I think that's about all the updates. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of stuff, just nothing that's really worthy of a video. Things here and there. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you do me a favor and like and subscribe, I'd certainly appreciate it. I'm finally getting within shooting distance, I think, of maybe 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully by the time this video hits, I'll be right around 900, so any help would be appreciated. And I'll have to see what I can come up with for a giveaway prize for 1,000 subscribers. I've got a few ideas. Anyway, take care, and thanks for watching.